Hey everybody, it's Michael, aka the movie ads guy. Um, I apologize ahead of time if it's kind of shaky because I not shooting on my DSLR. I'm actually shooting on my phone and I don't have a tripod for it, so I'm holding it up by hand. And actually, funny story. The reason I'm not shooting on my DSLR is I'm in New York now and I left my battery charger all the way in Hawaii. So maybe in like a week or two, I'll go back to the original format with the DSLR. But yeah, let's just do this week's episode. Let's make it quick. And yeah, if you're tired of the shakiness, just you know shrink the window and just listen to me. Just listen to me. Yeah, because it's mostly just talking. You don't have to look at me. So the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out. It made absolutely no reference to Infinity War. It basically looked like this just run-of-the-mill trailer. A lot of great reveals, like revealing Jake Gyllenhaal's character as Mysterio, revealing Hydro Man, and seeing Peter Parker's new Spider-Man noir-ish costume in action. And I think this is the first Spider-Man movie that doesn't take place in New York, which is, pretty exciting. So for those of you who don't know, there were rumors before this trailer came out that there were some arguments between Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures on how to promote this movie. Kevin Feige originally and ideally wanted people to think that Spider-Man was actually dead from Infinity War, so he didn't want any marketing materials like this to come out yet. But at Sony, they wanted to, I guess, get the train going as soon as possible, get the hype going as much as possible. So the rumor is it was more on their decision to start promoting as heavily as they are now. And from those two arguments, we're getting basically like a happy medium between the two, where there are reveals happening and they're acting very casual about it. The thing is, most people knew that from Infinity War that wasn't going to be the end of most of the characters, because some of the people that died in Infinity War, spoiler alert, uh, there are people that it wouldn't be smart to actually leave them dead. 'Cause, Spider-Man just came in. Black Panther is the biggest moneymaker right now for Marvel, at least on a solo level. So killing him off in Infinity War, that probably made people suspicious. All I hope is that with Sony, with their all I hope is that with Spider-Man, now that there are multiple Spider-Man universes happening, the animated one with the Miles Morales movie that just came out, the Venom universe that's basically launching a Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, and the MCU Spider-Man universe. You have three separate Sony-owned Spider-Man universes coming out. So I'm just hoping that there's not going to be a lot of fatigue for that character. That they find a good balance between using the characters and being wise with them, but also giving people time to breathe from Spider-Man or anything Spider-Man related. Then maybe that'll serve as a great arguing point for Fox when they're fighting, to keep their franchises the way they are. Because if you guys haven't heard, because of the merger that they're doing with Disney, there are going to be some planned movies that may or may not happen. One of those movies is Gambit with Channing Tatum, but that was in development hell for a very long time. But what I'm more disturbed about is that X-Force might be getting canceled, which was supposed to serve as Deadpool 3. If Sony accomplishes having multiple universes featuring one character, that could also be an arguing point for DC to make multiple universes, which they're trying right now. But we'll see how things go, especially after the low budget, especially after the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix comes out. What I actually want to end this video on is Ghostbusters 2020, or Ghostbusters 3, whatever. A few days ago, Jason Reitman, the son of the original director of the original Ghostbusters, he released a teaser that, there was some like money and time put into it. It was very high definition. Sound quality was on point. He released a short teaser having the original Ecto-1 car in, I guess, like a barn or a farmhouse somewhere. And the teaser revealed that there will be another Ghostbusters movie coming out in 2020. According to online sources, this is not going to be a continuation of the reboot that came out a few years ago with Kristen Wiig and Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon and Melissa McCarthy, but it's going to be a continuation, a direct sequel of Ghostbusters 2. So it's going to have the original cast coming back. Now, Ghostbusters was a weird franchise where nobody knew what to do with it for a long time. It's mostly relevant to people who grew up in the 80s. Um, at least from my environment, it's not exactly a franchise that has been passed down a whole lot. But a lot of people in the movie industry found a lot of value, especially nostalgic value, with this franchise and are still trying to find a way to keep it going. You know, like they're trying to do with the Terminator right now. If you go onto YouTube right now and look up the Ghostbusters 2020 teaser trailer, it didn't even reach 1 million views. It's at around like 600,000, a little bit more than 600,000. So if they're trying to release this as a summer movie, um, I'm not sure what kind of numbers it would do. But as we've been proved over time, especially by this past year's Halloween reboot, even some franchises that may have seemed dead in the water can come back and they could incorporate the old actresses, the old actors, and still be a runaway hit. I could easily see this being an October movie, and October this past year was when Halloween came out, and even Venom, which was a big blockbuster hit. So my hope is that everybody that's involved in this movie, hope they're able to use the reaction to this trailer as a way to gauge how excited people really are for this franchise to come back. You know, right now the numbers don't look promising, but this could be a franchise that will be kept alive more by a small core group of fans, and hopefully from there it can start to like get bigger again. All right, everybody, that was my video for this week. Subscribe, comment, have a discussion with me below, and peace.